Y'all don't need to hear me.
What do you mean? You're now a winner in 2015.
I know, I finally won a race.
Stay tuned for Michael Phelps' 200 butterfly predictions at the end of this video. We've been following this story all season. Michael Phelps returned to the 200 butterfly, the event that started his Olympic career. Now it's not just on the table, it's on the schedule for U.S. Nationals in San Antonio. At the Santa Clara Pro Swim, his 200 fly win was the first since the 2012 Olympic trials.
I said to Bob after the race I wanted to build into the third 50, and I kind of lost some momentum on the turn, but I wanted to make sure I stayed underwater as long as I could off the last wall, like I normally, or like I used to do, I guess you could say, and just try and come home. And you know, I mean, I felt the splashes coming up on Chase next to me, and I wanted to do everything in my power not to let him beat me. I'm very pleased with tonight's race, and I was out exactly how I wanted to. Now it's just, if I continue to swim that race, I need to get the second 100 under a minute, because there aren't many swimmers in the world who do that.
Michael Phelps won in 157.6, a solid swim, with 17 strokes on the first lap, 20 strokes on the second lap, and 21 on the third and final lap. He was stretching it a bit. His turns weren't clean.
Yeah, I was a little long on a couple of them, which lost momentum. So that's something. That's a little small thing to work on, you know, I think. But you know, like I said, for me, the biggest thing I'm taking out of that, the biggest thing I can take out of that race is I swam it aggressively, and I didn't die like I did in Charlotte. It wasn't as painful as it was in Charlotte. So my sister said, "Oh, hard work really does pay off," and it's funny to say that, but it's true. You know, it's a couple of the sets that I've done have paid off here.
Phelps is alluding to 150-meter butterflies, among other sets, which Bob gave him in practice. Phelps talked about these butterfly sets off camera, and he wasn't exactly happy about them.
I wouldn't say I want to do them again. I want to do them again. You know, I'm more open to it. You know, like I guess when he gave that set, we were supposed to do hundreds that day. He told me we were doing hundreds in the morning, and I came in and saw the 150s. And I don't want to say I kind of freaked out, but it caught me off guard. You know, so and I don't know if I was afraid to do it or scared to do it, but I mean, I don't remember the last time I did a 150 flying workout ever. I mean, I've probably done 3 or 4 200 flies in my life in workout. So I was kind of weary about it, but afterwards I was just happy I gave a good effort, and I saw the results tonight.
Back in my day, we did 200 butterfly sets all the time, but that's old school and wrong. It trains you to swim low in the water. It's interesting to hear how Bob trained and made Phelps the greatest 200 butterflyer of all time.
In my whole career, I never really trained more than 100 fly in workout, ever. We would do like 8 100s, fly, or 16 100s, one fast, one easy, fly, like fly free or fly drill. And that would be what I would do, or I would do a bunch of 50 space. And I would never do anything more than 100. So Bob's looking at it, I guess, a little different now than he did in the past, and I'm more open to it now than I've ever had, than I was leading into London, for sure.
Coach Bowman is putting a lot more in the tank for Phelps heading into Nationals and Rio next summer. What's jaw-dropping is to hear how lean Phelps' fly training was heading into the 2012 Olympics.
I mean, leading to London, you know, I said it before, I almost got away with doing no work for a 200 fly and almost won a gold medal. You know, so I mean, I literally did no work to prepare for the 200 fly in London. And I was a 10th away from winning a gold medal. So I don't know. You know, I didn't want to swim that race. I'm open to it. You know, I said if I wanted to set myself up for a good time at the end of the summer, I needed to go 157 here. I'm good with that.
Regardless of Phelps' fly training or the lack thereof heading into 2012 Olympic Games, he did train for the 400 IM, which makes you fit enough to do a 200 butterfly. What's Phelps' training schedule like heading into U.S. Nationals?
From here, we go to Colorado Springs on Monday, and I'll have 3 weeks up there to get into even better shape and hopefully be even more prepared for Nationals.
What's Phelps' schedule for U.S. Nationals, and is he swimming the 100 freestyle?
I think Bob was saying the event order doesn't really work out in my best interest. I think there are some events that conflict with one another, so I don't think we'll be doing all of the events that we want to do. We were talking about 100 free, and I said I really don't need to do 100 free this year. Like, I'm not on any relays. It doesn't really matter. Like, I don't really care if I have a world ranking in 100 free. So I don't know if we're gonna do that anymore this year. We'll probably end up doing a 2 fly at Nationals.
There you go. Phelps is doing 200 fly at U.S. Nationals, and here's my Phelps prediction. He said his goal is to get home under a minute. I say he takes it out fast, 53.9, and brings it home in 59.7 for a 153.6. That's a safe bet and a solid swim a year before the Olympics. But who cares what I think? What are your Phelps 200 butterfly predictions for U.S. Nationals?
It's painful going to Colorado, and it gets, I think it's mentally challenging more than anything else. Kind of being, I call it barracks. We're there locked in this pretty much this compound for 3 weeks.
You're talking about the U.S.
That's what I call it. That's what I call it. I've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been going there for,
I've eaten the food. I get it.
2 to 3 times a year. For the last 15 years. So I've been going for a long time. But I also know how much I benefit from going there. And I think the place where I am now mentally, I think I get even more out of it. And I think I can help my teammates also more. We do have a couple younger guys and a couple people that haven't really gone through much of this at a high level. So I can say that I can sit here and complain about going, but to be honest, deep down inside, I know it's what I need to be able to get closer to where I want to be in the grand scheme of things going into next year.